Alright, so the last time we played, at least the last upload of a video was in February. So it's been a couple months since we last were in the world of Valencia. Um, through a common job, you guys all started to kind of work together as a group to kind of figure out what's going on with this mysterious new creations guild, um, who has now started to kind of make a name for themselves in the public eye, but have kind of been around behind the scenes for a while. As noted by Althor, who's a member of the Blades of Radiance, and Master Bolivar, who have kind of explained to you guys their purpose and their presence in the world today. Through the course of dabbling through a couple other towns and solving the issues that plague there, you've both grown stronger and have learned more about the world and have inherited a few artifacts that have helped you on your way. Your bracers, which give you the access to a place known as the Realm Between, that seems to be tailored to your every need. The Coin of Light that allows you to communicate with each other telepathically, and then the Orb, which lets you detect the ether rips that are occurring within the world. Also acting as a conduit for the Detect Magic spell. After revisiting Edwin's home and the university, after kind of uncovering a secret recruiting plot by the NCG to basically promise students incredible power and a new life in return for working with the NCG, you found yourself confronted by Valen, the god of chaos himself, who proceeded to kill one of you. Callum took the shot, but was ultimately, his soul was kicked back into him by Cercinia, who was hiding as Anya's cat. After evading that scenario, you all kind of had a lot to consider. Some of you have a personal stake in this. Some of you have a mere interest in what's going on. But on your travels to Frostra, where you had heard rumors of priceless artifacts being stolen, you were jumped by members of the New Creations Guild, who ran off with a bunch of your gear to lure you into a trap here in Hammerfell, where the architecture is very foreign to you. The writing on the signage is, you're unable to make note of it. As you guys enter town and have your discussion with the NCG members, started to ask around town, namely at the temple in town, to figure out where you are. And the map that you had looked at was nothing like you had seen before. And that map is in the Valencia chat. It's pinned. It's not the world map like I said it was last time, but it is a segment of your surroundings. But none of it makes any sense to you. You keep hearing words of it's a couple years past the calamity, so the place is still being mapped out. Then, not long after that, one of the shops in town was set ablaze with no way to control the flame. And you had gotten word that there was some sight of a human woman in leather armor who was in the store around the time that the burning started, and that at that time when you guys showed up, she was nowhere to be seen. You guys opted to go to the bar where you met with a warforged named Barkeep. And you guys kind of waited it out where Edwin saw somebody he recognized. His old master Ranvid, who, upon being told the story of your guys' ventures, did not believe a word of it. And then when the clock struck midnight, the whole world went to shit and you had died. When you awoke, you were back in the center of town, confronting the same two NCG members you before.
That was actually midnight?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there was a bell that chimed midnight. And...
Okay.
And that puts you guys back in this zone. Now, I've messaged you all kind of a couple things regarding this arc, but I'm going to go over them real quick. I will tell you that this arc will either take a little while, or you guys will blow right through it. This is the most I've had to plan for any arc. So, we know how that goes. Every time you guys go back through the loop, your spells and HP completely reset. And those of you that get to choose your spells per day, every reset will allow you to change those spells. If we get through loops and there is an action you want to repeat, we will not have to roleplay that same action. Okay, just to save ourselves the whatever. Now, if there's stuff you want to do differently, then we will go through it as we normally would. I think that about covers it.
Don't forget to keep track of how much gold you spend, because you'll get it back.
Right, so we also know that anything that you guys got or lost was reset. So what I would actually recommend is everybody take a screenshot of their character sheet as it is right now, so that you can convert it back whenever we reset.
I went to Althor's character sheet. Forgot I gave away all of his money, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. You were literally bumming off your friends at the bar last session. Nicole, did you have a question?
Yeah, are you saying I need to take a screenshot of my spells right now?
No, the spells I'm not worried about.
Okay.
I'm talking about, like, if you throw all your money at somebody, because when we reset, you're gonna get that back.
I remember how much money I have.
Right.
It's like the one thing I remember in my character sheet.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lusco doesn't really care that much, but I do somehow have 25 gold, so I'll just try
Probably
to keep
because
momentum with
Althor
that.
gave his share away.
83? Is that right?
I'm like, I have 125.
Some of you have spent more than others.
I'm a rogue in disguise.
So, you guys are technically on the map. You guys would be at number 4, Grimdall's Rest. It's kind of the center of town, the main marketplace. And as you guys are looking around, you guys pretty well notice that Grimdall's Rest is like almost acts like a sundial, just of the way the shadow kind of looks. But it is a depiction of a human man in like sort of some chain armor, in a shield and sword kind of raised to the sky, and you can see the sun kind of peering off the sword as it's working its way around the circle.
We do not have the NCG's members tied up or anything right now, correct? Because we were using Entangle on them originally.
Correct. Right now they are. Yeah, right now they are just kind of sitting there.
One of them is still near death, right?
Yes, one of them is like
fine.
on death's door, and the other is like not looking great.
I'm going to take their suicide rings.
Okay.
Mhm.
They don't put up a fight. I guess I should get an item at this point, huh?
I mean, I have it written down.
Okay, great. You've got it written down. It's like a bajillion fire damage when you put it on.
I put it on. No, I'm joking.
Are they currently entangled, or are we going to need to entangle them again?
They are not currently entangled because they were entangled via a spell that they have then teleported away from.
I think that we could probably just use spells that are not spells, just like regular rope.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily. I don't want you to have to waste your spell slot on it.
Yeah, easy enough to do. Like I said, they are not resisting in the slightest.
This is our first repeat, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So Althor's gonna look around just to make sure we're on the same page, right? Everybody, we remember what happened, right?
Yeah.
I'm not the only one.
This is strange.
Callum immediately sits down and starts writing his journal, everything that happened he remembered from yesterday.
I'm going to approach the two NCG members and ask them the last thing they remember.
The last thing that happened was he brought you here via teleportation circle. Don't tell me you've already forgotten.
So you weren't here all day and then got killed and brought back, and now we're back here again.
No, we just brought you here via teleportation circle, like we were supposed to.
Insight check.
Go for it.
I'm awful at these.
Alright. You can still roll it.
That's an 8. I don't know shit.
You do glean. They do look extremely smug about this. And if you recall, they were extremely smug the last time you had this conversation. Now granted, you're asking different things, but when you confronted them last time, they were pretty content with what they had done.
Would Edwin remember anything from the academy that he might have learned about, like, magical time loops or something?
I'll let you roll a history or an arcana, but I will tell you this is a very high DC.
Okay, we'll go arcana. That would be a 21.
Your knowledge of time is limited. Time magic is generally frowned upon, and it's extremely dangerous. So what you know of it is that when time is influenced, that there are some unspoken rules with how time should function. Now, as for you, unfortunately, there is not much you know beyond, as far as, like, origin of what this current phenomena could be, or, like, some of the inner workings of it.
I'm gonna go up to Anya. I'm gonna sit her down and put my crystals around her. I'm gonna start ritually casting Identify
What are we
Right,
doing?
Anya?
on Anya.
Okay.
Hold on. Do not consume spell slot because ritual. I learned whether. Let's see. I learned whether any spells are affecting her and what they are. And if it's specific, it doesn't have to be specifically a spell.
Mhm.
But if it is a spell, I learn what it is.
So it is not, as you're casting this spell, how does this normally look to Callum? So when he interprets what he learns, how does that come to him? Color? Is it like
Yeah.
information pops in? How does that work for him?
So I think this is kind of it's partly intuitive. So his is all about vibrations and energy and frequencies. So I think he kind of it's like an overlay almost. Like everything kind of becomes dark for a second. He can see like the colors and the frequencies around the object, and he just kind of is able to intuit what those mean.
Yeah. So
I like be looking at my arms and stuff, trying to see
Yeah.
see what
It's
he's
like-
seeing.
It's
Yeah.
almost like I'm looking at infrared.
yeah. So it's almost blinding.
Yeah.
Like as these waves of colors are kind of filtering in and out. It doesn't stay on one color for long. Like it's alternating schools of magic, or it can't decide what school of magic is actually infecting the area around Anya. But also, it's not just Anya, it's the space within your ritual spell.
Yeah.
Is kind of bouncing in and out of these flashes of light.
Well, I guess what they say is true. Disco isn't dead.
Fantasy disco.
Fantasy disco.
Oh my god.
What is the
Barco.
disco?
Okay.
Is this the new
so
dance?
It's perfect for
We-
the clogs.
are back where we were yesterday, or I guess today, because it's the same.
So I will also mention, as you're kind of having this conversation, you're all looking around. You notice that it is pretty bright in the morning, right at dawn.
Anya and Edwin, are you both feeling all right? I remember at the end of yesterday that you both took a rather nasty fall.
Well, I feel about as normal as I could be. Seems like we're dealing with some pretty heavy stuff here, so.
I'm here. I feel as good as new.
Well, all I know is that now it seems that we're right back to where we started. So should we go back to see if we can prevent the bookstore from burning down, or do you think that we should turn our investigations elsewhere?
Oh, hold on. Wasn't there a murder yesterday?
There
Yes.
was, from whenever I was scanning the minds of the guard, whenever you so kindly helped trick him, whenever he realized I was the one reading his thoughts. I
Well-
found out that he saw the mayor's body and he was killed. I don't know when it took place, though. It just happened sometime throughout the day.
So maybe some of us should go to the bookstore. Maybe some of us, or at least someone, should go and keep an eye on the mayor. I mean, if we're doing this all again, it might be good to know what else is going on in this town.
I, in the very least, can go keep an eye on the mayor, either discreetly or not.
I leave that to your discretion. I think you would know best. I think also some of us should go and just see. We have the bookstore, we have the mayor, we have that mystery woman who possibly set the book on the bookstore on fire, and then who else knows what's going on in this town? We have a lot of things that we really don't know.
Well, until we have more evidence, I think we need to act as if things will continue like normal. And we will not get this reset, whatever it is. And if we reset again, perhaps we can change up our tactics, but for the time being, we're not sure. So perhaps we
Well,
should
if
try
anyone-
to divide and conquer.
I wouldn't mind going back to the bookstore to see if I can try to gain any more on this weird language that's here that seems to be giving me trouble.
I will, I'll be willing to go with Lucico to the bookstore as well.
Let's see.
So I will
You guys,
also
I-
say, just kind of while we're in this kind of limbo, thinking about what to do, everywhere on the map is a place that you are available to go to. I will also say that they have other general town things. Like the temple's not really listed on there, but it was a place you guys were able to go. So do not feel limited necessarily to what's on the page.
Great.
If you really got like a lead on something.
Okay.
Knowing that I have the water spell and that the bookstore catches on fire, eventually I'm also going to trail along.
I am going to go to the inn and wait for the woman.
So we have Lucico, Edwin, and Anya headed to the bookstore. Callum headed to the inn, and then Althor, you're tailing the mayor.
Yes, I would like to find the mayor and at least keep an eye on him.
Great. So
Can I go last?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Okay.
have to go to the bathroom.
yeah,
so-
that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we'll start with Jaden, with Callum. So Callum, as you enter the Traveler's Rest Inn, it is pretty well empty. It's first thing in the morning. There might be a couple people trickling down, and you see Barkeep, kind of, the gears are turning on his head slowly, as he seems to be reading some sort of pamphlet in front of him, as you walk in.
Can I do something before I walk in?
Yeah.
I want to mask of many faces into one of the people from the church.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I will walk in.
Okay. And as you do, Barkeep, the gears still kind of turning on his head as he's scanning this pamphlet, and he goes, "Ah, welcome, sir. If you will give me but one moment." And he looks down and continues to scan this pamphlet.
Oh, no problem. You seem like you're very intent on whatever you're doing. Must be very important.
Ah, yes, it is my morning programming. Gives me my tasks throughout the day, and I see them through.
Okay. I am going to go and sit directly across from him at the bar.
Yeah. So you sit across from Barkeep, and you won't even have to roll for this. He's so not, like, really looking at you. And yeah, as you look down at his, I assume you're eyeing the paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course.
It's completely in common, and go ahead and roll me an investigation with advantage.
Love me
I'll
some
change my mind.
investigations.
It's a roll.
That is going to be a 22.
Alright. Hop over to my notes real fast. There's gonna be a lot of that throughout
No.
this.
You know how I am.
Oh yeah. mm. So as you are glancing directly at his notes, Barkeep doesn't really do much for you, but you notice that there's a whole listing of a whole like list. Like, it's got like the rooms list, and it's got who's checking in, who's leaving, who's staying over, and then like a general list of tasks to do when not at the bar. And it's all written in like this weird language. As an artificer, you would probably actually have a decent idea on it. It's like fantasy C#, bunch of if then else statements.
I love that.
With like these data tables talking about who is coming in and out.
Okay. Ranvid's name on there?
Yes. So Ranvid has been here for a few days now. At the same time as a lot of other members on this list.
What room is he in?
He's in room 3.
Okay. I don't necessarily need the actual details, but can I just kind of get a general idea? How many people are staying roughly?
I'd say there's about 20 rooms. And so a lot of people have kind of doubled up, whatever. And your adventuring party, there was enough empty rooms that all of you had your own room the night before.
There's about 15 people staying.
Roughly. Probably a little bit less than that. Probably about 10 or 11 travelers from about. And you do get the description of a human woman who was checked in around the same time.
Okay, so she's been here a couple. What's the name on there?
Grenelda. Greneld.
What room is she in?
Room 2.
Or 2. Oh, maybe she's staying with Ranvid. I want to ask, while you're doing that, would you mind if I go and just kind of look at the rooms and see what you... it's been so long since I've stayed here, and I've had a lot of travelers asking me about the rooms lately.
Really? Travelers? Well, aside from that influx, I didn't expect there to be more, but...
Well, they're not here right now, but they just asked me what you guys have, and I just like to be able to see it for myself, to... that way I have some info, I could tell them what the rooms are like from first-hand experience. I won't be saying or touching anything.
Let me double check. And he's like looking, like he's scanning furiously through his programming now to see if he's allowed to show you. And he finishes, he goes, "It looks like I'm allowed to do that." And he takes his ring of keys and he's gonna go with you.
Oh.
And he starts to lead you up the stairs to where the rooms are.
Yeah, I'll continue to follow.
Okay. He goes, Well, this room is unoccupied, and he points to one of the rooms farther down. It's like room 6.
As we're going up the stairs, I want to send my homunculus downstairs.
Oh, to watch the... Okay.
I know, I'm saying downstairs to break something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he shows... Okay, so tell me what you want the homunculus to do.
I wanted to find something on a high shelf like that's glass and to knock it off.
Okay.
So that he'll run to see what happened.
Okay. So as he's like showing you this room, your homunculus flies down and it knocks off this glass bottle sitting up top, and you see the gears on his head start to whir really fast. And he goes, "Oh no, Protocol 12. Here," and he hands you the keys, and he rushes downstairs.
I'm immediately going to room 2, and because I don't think I won't get the full 10 minutes, I'm just going to go ahead and use a spell slot to cast Alarm
Okay.
outside of Grinelda's room.
Okay.
A silent alarm that goes off in my head.
How long does that stay up? I
I
see.
believe it's 8 hours.
8 hours. Okay, good to know.
Yeah. And then I
Alright, go ahead.
yeah, good. No, then I will go back downstairs.
Okay.
And just kind of, I'll get myself something to eat and breakfast and just chit chat with Barkeep.
So yeah, so you do that. And again, people are kind of coming down, but no sign of Grinelda during your time there.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna move over to the 3 going to the bookstore.
Mhm.
So as you 3 open, go to your way to ZL's bookstore. It's it's still dawn, and you guys are getting there about the same time that ZL does. ZL opens up his shop, and he's surprised as the shop's open, and immediately there are 3 adventurers hanging about. He goes, and ZL's this elven man dressed in this very gaudy sort of like purple and gold set of robes. He goes, "Oh, welcome to ZL's Books and Tomes. How may I be of service to you this fine morning?"
I have a question, Billy.
Yeah.
Do you remember when the fire happened the previous day?
So you guys were in the
Noon.
temple.
Like the time?
So you guys were in the temple from like later in the morning till about the afternoon. Like you guys ran out as soon as that fire had kind of taken hold. Yeah. He says, "Are you looking for any specific tomes, or I see some of you. I can sense some arcane the abilities radiating off of you. Is there something specific we can help you find?"
Yes. I was wondering if you could point me in the direction of some books you might have about time magic.
And he eyes you kind of quizzically, and he goes, "Time magic, eh? That's not a very common study, but I think we might have some books over here in the kind of divinity section. I'd be happy to show you."
That'd be much appreciated.
He says, "Well,
For me,
yeah.
I would like to try to find any books relating to the gods of this world.
Okay, so that's 2 for 1. I can help you both there. And Miss, what can I help you?
Just browsing.
Excellent. And he walks on over, and he's guiding you 2 to this kind of small section. It's not very well stocked. Now, again, this store acts as both a library and a bookstore, in the sense that you are welcome to anything you find here, but it's also encouraged to buy any of the books that you because it orders copies later. of whatever is bought to
Hmm.
stock it. Yeah.
Where, like, relative position in the building, where are we as to where the fire will eventually be?
That is not information that you have.
Okay.
You do not have any information right now that would tell you where that fire started, other than in the building.
Okay.
But I will say that it's if you're thinking like if you think like the Ghostbusters library, I don't know why that's the movie that popped in my head, but it's got all like the shelves, and you can still like pretty well see the entrance, kind of hanging about. Now it is a 2-story building, but most of it is just shelves of books, and then occasional breaks for tables for people to sit down and read and work on whatever.
Cool.
But yeah, he does find you both. So for Lucico, he's got like a huge tome, like a Britannica encyclopedia of the deities of the realm, the documented deities of the realm. And then for Edwin, he's got kind of like they're almost like Nat Geo like magazines, like small pamphlet books that cover like a couple sections of how time kind of is supposed to function based on what we know.
For Lucico, I'm assuming there's gonna be like a table of contents,
Yeah.
presumably about the gods.
Yeah.
Can I read through this book? Is this in common, or is it in the strange language?
This is in that strange language you cannot understand.
Are my books in that language too?
Yes, they are.
Wait, even with his Eyes of the Runekeeper?
So this is something that has happened since Lucico's. This is in the same language that was in those papers that were found in Delcrin, as well as Ranvid's papers that they found in the safe.
Oh, I thought that
And also the illusions in the academy, whenever one of the students, when they cast their illusion magic, it had that text all over their
Yeah,
vase that they made.
There is something actively blocking Lucico's and any of you's ability to read.
Okay, that answers my question.
And again, so like Lucico, like, it hasn't bothered you up until now because it's been like stuff that you've dabbled with in your own kind of time, in like your own travels. But now you're seeing it all over the place, and you've at least been able to make the connection that it is the same like the same script, but something is still kind of impeding you from unlocking that.
Interesting. Sir, and I'll call over the owner.
Mhm.
What's his name again? I'm blank. I'm sorry.
Ziel.
Ziel, thank you. Yeah, it's Ziel's bookstore. Now, we're both from, all three of us, from a very far away land. Could you tell us the name of the tongue that this book is written in?
Oh, why, it's common. At least around here. That's how we refer to it. It's the sort of common language for all species to understand. It's our language we use in casual conversation.
Understood. All right. Thank you. That'll be all. And I'll just keep trying to see if I can find out any patterns from in the book, like from like reading random passages.
All right. And at this, Lucico, in the back of your head. Oh, goodbye, Jaden. Lucico, in the back of your head, hear very faint whispers saying, "Some assistance."
Yes.
It's like that? Usually this takes a lot more convincing.
Yes, I need answers, and I need them quickly.
Normally I don't find mortals this desperate for information, but there's something strange about you, and I want to help.
Now, may I ask who is talking to me?
You're sure a strange one. Accepting advice from a being of which you do not know? I'm not one to question your business, but a bit bold. But if you'd
Well.
like to know, my name, well, it doesn't exist in your... But I suppose you could call me Guy.
Interesting. That, and I'll hold up my tome. Does this tome mean anything to you?
Well, it certainly looks like my handiwork. But I don't remember helping you, so I don't know that I fulfilled my end of the bargain.
Well, I am of a different time or world. We're still trying to figure that out. But let's get back to the matter at hand with understanding the text in this tome.
Sure. If you are not able to read this common tongue currently, well, I suppose that I can offer a little assistance. And since you carry a tome that is certainly of my origin, well, we've already struck a bargain. Let's see if I can help. Lucico. Or actually, as the eye. You accept this bargain?
I do.
Alright, Lucico, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
While he's doing that, does Edwin hear the conversation, or does he just hear Lucico talking to himself?
Lucico, were you talking out loud?
I will assume that I was talking telepathically because I'm assuming that's how I heard it.
Yeah.
So as far as Edwin would know, I would just be kind of zoning out.
So yeah, Edwin's clueless.
Okay, yeah.
Dirty 20.
With that, you feel this sharp pain in your head. And you feel like it feels like your head is actually like splitting in two. You're seeing all these flashing images of stuff you just can't quite comprehend, including like, and every so often it's intertwined with these like photos of like eyeballs just scattering your entire vision. You are going to take half this.
And I'm sorry, I had connection issues. Is this ZL or is this something else that appeared?
This is just in his head. It's the eye, which if
It's
you
my
don't
patron.
remember is Lucico's patron.
Right. I heard him asking for things, and then my audio went weird, and then all of a sudden I heard that. I was like, ZL just
Negotiations
became...
would so would that be a 10
It'd be
or
a 10, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, as you're this racking pain and all these flashing images start to appear as you take 10 psychic damage.
And Lucico's gonna wince over, and trails of ink are gonna be like tears of ink are gonna come from his eyes as he like holds his head from this.
Do I notice this?
Absolutely. I don't think there's any way to hide this.
No.
Edwin's gonna turn and be like, Lucico, what's going on?
I don't know. I made another bargain. I'm gonna see if I can look into the book and see if I can read anything now.
Yeah. Also, Anya, are you still just like looking around?
Yes.
Okay, you're good. I just trying to
So
get
Anya's is zoning.
yeah, I'm just getting a feel for who's seeing what.
I'm pulling a Tawny
Yeah.
today.
That's good. No, I love it. So Lucico, as you flip open the tome, you are able to make out some of it. As you start to try, like as you open it, it's been like this weird static kind of hovering over top of the text. And some of the words start to clear away. And as you try to pry deeper, you feel that psychic pain, and it's physically keeping you from prying any deeper. But you do recognize some of the text. Most of it is on deities that you have, that you're aware of. You see stuff for Kelemvor, you see stuff for the Raven Queen. You see stuff. You do see a small section on a deity known as Valencenia. But it's all you are able to make out on that section is it says Dominion of Order and Chaos.
Interesting.
And stuff like, you do find a small section on the eye, and it says, you know, a lot of it just says unknown origin, et cetera, et cetera. Stuff on Kelemvor. A lot of the stuff that you are able to make out is stuff over what they have dominion of. And you notice that a lot of what you can read is stuff you already knew in your world, with the exception of that little bit of Valencenia. That they are recognized here in the Pantheon, this book.
Interesting. Well, Edwin, I think I've unraveled some of the mystery here. Just a small part.
Well, that's more progress than what I could say. I'm completely lost looking at these books.
It seems the deity of Valencenia is in this tome. Though, what about them I cannot read much further, other than that they reside over order and chaos, which is unfortunately information we already knew.
Are we relaying all our information over the telepathic bonds?
Depends.
I will telepathically let everyone know now, basically, that within this world that Valencenia exists as one deity.
Okay. Yeah, because that's definitely new, because we didn't know that, right?
Nope.
Because Valencenia was supposed to be
separate.
Yeah, Valen and Sarcenia, with which you guys know that you are on. Your continent is referred to as Valencenia.
right, but we were told that was to honor both of them, right? Like that was the idea. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is new information that you have gathered, that they, at one point in time, however that is, they were one deity.
Ranvid recognizes Valen as his own entity,
When?
but Ranvid recognized Valen as his own entity.
Well,
Yes,
Lucico's gonna start.
Per your conversation in the bar last time, yes, he perked up at the name Val.
Well, Lucico, it didn't occur to him until this point, but he still has those tears of ink down his face, so he's going to use his sleeve to try to get as much of that off after, his little episode that he had there. And I'm going to go up to the bookshop owner, and I'm going to have the page open on Valencenia and ask him, what all do you know about Valencenia besides of what's just on this page?
Not, as you can see, it's not a very long passage on Valencenia, but we know that they were a deity created by the other deities to serve the balance of order and chaos. Through order, patterns and logic can be applied, but through chaos, new life and new experimentation create. And the gods felt there needed to be a balance between the two. And as such, Valencenia was the attempt.
Do you know of any experts within the town that would probably know more about this deity in particular?
There's some big wizard guy somewhere around named Ranvid, who might know more. They say he's a big smart guy when it comes to that kind of stuff, but there's all kinds of people trying to figure out what happened here with this deity.
Understood. Thank you for your help. And Lusco's going to first off, Lusco's going to see if he can pay for this book and how much it is.
Tia looks at you and goes, that'll be with that book. That's a pretty common one to get. Just 1 gold. Cover it for a new copy in the ship.
All right, Lusco's gonna easily hand over that 1 gold, just
Yeah.
fine.
Anya, I would like you to roll me a perception check.
Yes, sir. By the way, I'm working on one monitor, so I'm like constantly trying to scroll back on the
You're all
map.
good.
I sold my other monitor and I'm moving in 3 days, so
Right.
perception, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So as you are scanning the books, you do find many sections on the different styles of dance and music, and all kinds of stuff. But as you are starting to, I mean, you can recognize it because of the pictures as your books, pictures of like step by step. But as you try to glance into the words, you don't find yourself able to make them out. But pictures are there. Theoretically, you would be able to follow them by pictures.
So when I look at these words, is it that I know what they're supposed to say, but I can't understand them, or they're a whole other language?
There is a. It's not really either. It's that there's like a static covering up the text as you try to look at it. And the more you look at it, the denser the static gets. And it feels like there is something impeding your progress. Like there is something keeping you from reading this text.
Okay, so like having a concussion. Got it.
I wouldn't know, but I know you know that. But yeah. But because of the pictures, you would be able to at least glean something from it.
Okay. As I'm looking at the pictures, I'm gonna like do like little baby steps, like
Mhm.
trying to replicate what they're doing. I assume I'm alone in the aisle.
Currently, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna keep making like furtive glances towards the ends.
Go ahead and roll me a performance.
Oh jeez. +0.
You're making pretty good progress. Edwin,
Yes.
what are you doing in this situation?
Any of the time magic books that I've looked through, do any of them have any pictures or diagrams that I might be able to discern some information from?
So there are some, but it's mostly like metaphorical. So you see like a picture of like an apple on one side, it's fully like okay, and it's slowly decaying over time. And there's like a line going above it. It's a lot of stuff like that. None of that directly goes against how you know time to work.
Yeah.
None of the pictures really help you kind of distinguish that. It's a lot of like, timeline style evidence. Again, like you're looking at like a kids magazine, like the equivalent of like a National Geographic. So very little information, a lot of pictures, but it's all kind of metaphorical stuff of stuff you're already aware of.
I'm gonna take the one with the most pictures and go buy it.
Okay, it's a gold.
Sweet.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pass over now to Lucas.
Can I guess what time it is?
So
Whenever
when
we
you guys are
interact with Lord.
done, we have kind of gone through the kind of the back end of dawn, and then kind of getting into the just keeping your timeline steady.
Yeah. Okay.
Lucas. So as you, or Althor, as you're going around looking for kind of where you would suspect to find the mayor, right next to where you guys are is the town hall, where you would kind of imagine him to be. So you're kind of hanging around waiting for him to show up.
Is it open? Like, can I walk in?
So it's starting to kind of open up as you guys have kind of gone your separate ways, but yes.
Once it seems like it's open and it wouldn't be rude for me to walk in, I walk in.
Okay. You do, and it's like it's like a standard busy. Like there's not a ton of people in there, but there's definitely a lot of people kind of running around shuffling paper, filling out a lot of work stuff. And there's a dwarven man at the front desk, and he calls you over and he goes, what can we do for you? Are you travelers here?
Yes, I was just wondering if the mayor is in this morning.
Yeah, he's here and he should be here all day. Do you have an appointment with him?
Yes, I do.
Can I get a name?
Yeah, Althor Windrunner.
Or Windrunner, and he pulls out like this like stack of papers and he's flipping through. Yes. Well, I don't see an Althor Windrunner here on our list anywhere. Are you sure you made an appointment for today?
Can I see the list at all? Like, can I see it? Like, if he's like how he's holding it, like, can I read any of the names?
Yeah, I would say so.
It's all female names.
He only meets women. You know what? For a mayor or a politician, that sounds pretty accurate.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
What's one of the names on there?
Alden Brands.
I might also go by Falden Brands. Sometimes I use that as like a joke name so he doesn't know I'm coming. We go way back.
Roll me a deception.
Oh boy. This is about to get messy. I'm not good at this.
He goes, well, let me go talk to him real fast and make sure this is legitimate. So he gets up and he walks to the back. And do you do anything during this time?
While he's doing this, I'm looking around. Are there a lot of windows?
There's a few.
How are the window? When he walks to the back, how far back can I see? Like, is he going directly into his office, and I can see his office?
So his office is actually like, if you think of it kind of like a bank, like you got the teller's desk, and then there's like the little L always, and then like in the back there. His office is in the back behind this like L, or like this kind of island wall.
Okay. I'm probably going to try to make as close of a mental note as I can of potentially where that would be on the outside of the building.
Yeah. Do that. And
but besides that, I'll wait patiently.
Okay. And the dwarven man comes back and he goes, I'm sorry, he's got a list of like actual people to talk to today. He says he's not in the mood for any of your shit. He said to try back tomorrow.
Okay. What time works tomorrow?
8 o'clock. Looks like we got an opening here for 8 o'clock.
Yeah, put me down.
Okay. You said that was Falden Brands. Did you want Falden Brands or Althor Windrunner on that?
Well, if he doesn't have time for my bullshit, I'm obviously not Falden Brands, so put Althor down.
Okay. And he pencils you in for 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and I'll just leave, and I'm going to go try to find where the mayor's office would be on the outside of the building.
Okay. That's easy enough to do. However, I do want you to roll a stealth check in the process.
Oh, yeah.
Althor is really the one that killed the mayor.
Okay. So yeah, as you pretty well make your way around the office without really being spotted, and anybody who does see you pays you no mind. They assume that you are supposed to be doing that, and they don't really acknowledge you if they do see you. But yeah, you make your way. Yeah, go ahead.
Is there a window?
There is. So you kind of make your way to the back here.
Okay.
Back behind, like by this tree. So as I mentioned, like the entrance was like up here, and so then the back office is about here-ish, kind of at this corner piece.
How much of the office can I see into?
Not a ton, but enough. you can see a kind of an older human man pouring away over some documents and stuff, and he's clearly flustered at the moment. Something's really on his mind as he's kind of working away through these papers.
This is Plan A.
Okay.
Okay. And I can't find it in Foundry, but I'm looking at the Sword Mage class.
Okay.
And they have a feature called Arcane Step. And it allows me to teleport. As a bonus action, you can teleport up to 15 feet, or it's 20 feet at level 5, to an unoccupied space that you can see. Would you consider that an unoccupied space that I could see?
Sure.
Okay.
It's unoccupied and you can see it.
I'm going to teleport into his office.
Where is that? What's it called?
It's Arcane Step. It's in the Sword Mage class feature.
Yeah, I'm just
It's
checking if it...
if you don't want it to, that's okay.
It's not that.
Okay.
Just I'm
It's this thunder step. So you walk in, you just kill him.
It's a self-serving cycle.
I thought Thunderstep only killed the people by where you were at when you initially teleport. Or is it both?
Oh yeah, no, you're right. It is just where you left from.
I mean, though, that would actually be a pretty rad ability if it was just like you cause a thunder explosion, and then you teleport, and it causes another one. That'd be wicked.
So I'm gonna let you, but what I was checking is how. Yeah. So as you step in, he immediately is like, "Who are you?"
Oh, and I'm not trying to be coy.
Yeah.
Are you the mayor of this town?
Yes, I am. What do you want from me?
Protect you. You're in grave danger.
Protect me from what? You?
As funny as that may seem, no, not me. I'm unsure of who your assailant is, but it does happen today.
This is. I need you to roll me a persuasion at disadvantage.
God dang, this is gonna suck.
Intimidation. No, I'm joking.
2 nat 20s. Let's see it.
Oh, one of them was almost. He goes, "This is absolutely preposterous. You teleport into my office and tell me I'm going to be killed by somebody?"
Look, I teleported into your office. If I was the one to kill you, it would have already happened.
Looks and goes, "No, you want something from me and you have to keep me alive for it to happen." And he starts to rush towards the door.
I'm gonna try to intercept him.
How so?
I can use that teleportation thing up to my proficiency modifier, so I'm gonna just zip again right in front of him, in front of the door.
Okay. And he goes,
That's 2 times.
he goes,
Okay.
"Let me out of here. You cannot keep me here. Guards! Guards!"
Look, I'm just trying to protect you, man.
I find that really hard to believe based on current actions. And he starts to run to the window.
Okay. Give me a second here.
You can still do it the third time, couldn't you?
I can. Yeah, I will probably do it a third time.
Okay. So you do. And as you're blocking him, he's trying to do everything he can to get past you. He's an old man. There's no really rolling for him to get past you. However, 2 guards do bust in through the door.
Okay.
Because it's this city hall.
I know what this looks like.
Yes,
It's not what you think.
You are coming with us, and I don't want to see any movement from you.
This has turned into a pickle, to be quite honest with you. Look, I'm just here to protect the mayor. You guys, I know you won't do a good enough job. He is in grave danger.
Roll me another persuasion at this.
Okay. Don't worry, guys. I have a plan B if this doesn't work. It didn't work, probably.
No, not at all. They say, yeah, you can tell it's the interrogator, and they are going to try
Walk
and
towards
grab you.
me. Okay. So how close? What's our distance here, Billy?
It's not a huge office. I'd say 20 feet.
Great. That's exactly what I needed to hear. I'm gonna cast this spell.
Ready to separate and moves with your rating 7. You didn't last. Okay.
And I'm gonna hop out the window, I guess. that I teleported in front of to block the mayor from.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. The guards, as they try to push through, after you leave, they're more focused on making sure that the mayor is okay. So it does give you a brief moment to try to get away.
I guess I'll just run. I guess to the bookstore.
Okay.
Because I don't know where else to go at this point. So.
Yeah. And so you do. And yeah, I would say at this point, kind of between like waiting for the dwarven man to kind of come through, you've also kind of broken past dawn into kind of the middle part of the morning as you head to the library and meet up with Anya, Edwin, and Lucico. And
One
Cal-
last one.
Okay.
Can I make one note?
Sure.
Lucas does not remember the name of the guy who he tried to impersonate. I want Althor to, though. The whatever his name was.
Balden Brands.
Balden Brands.
Yeah.
I want Althor to remember that name.
Okay. Yeah. Althor does.
Okay.
Callum,
Yes.
what would you like to do at this point? So we have approached, we're kind of in the middle of the morning, heading into, about to head into noon.
Ranvid has not come down, and my
Uh,
alarm has not gone off.
You mean the girl?
No, because Ranvid's also staying here.
Right.
So I have not seen Ranvid come through, correct?
No.
Okay, and the girl, my alarm hasn't gone off, anything like that. Okay, I am going to leave the bar then, because I will be notified if she goes out that door. First thing I want to do is I want to walk around and just check on the outside to see like if her window's open, anything like that.
Okay. Yeah. As you do, you are able to kind of discern which room is hers. And just from, because again, hers is on the second floor, and so you'd be walking around base. You don't really get anything. Even, I guess you can look through your homunculus, right?
No, I cannot.
But yeah, so you don't get a whole lot. Her blinds are mostly closed, but you can't see in it. It doesn't, there's no like glowing stuff.
But she's not like her window's not like left open or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what I would like to do is I want to make my way over to the marketplace.
Okay.
And I want to kind of I just want to find myself a place to sit and just observe. I'm also going to take that time to take a short rest.
Okay.
And switch the model of my armor to Infiltrator.
Sure.
Yes.
There's violence.
Mother, I crave violence.
Yeah. So you said you're kind of like. Said you're looking while you kind of do your short rest.
Yeah, I kind of want to like hang out. Maybe like right here. And try like just because these are like stalls, correct?
Yeah. There are a bunch of different shops.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hang out there and just try to kind of keep an eye out, and while I am switching my armor model around.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me 8%.
I miss Tawny. Yeah, +0.
Feel anytime I'm not mad.
Yeah, that's a 7.
Yeah, as you are kind of keeping an eye on things, checking your armor and stuff, as you kind of start to go from morning into closer to noon,
Mhm.
start to see a crowd start to kind of gather, in like the very center of the marketplace.
Yeah, I'll start approaching.
And as you do, you are made aware that there is a fight, a full-on fight breaking out in the middle of this marketplace. It seems that a cursory glance that it looks like somebody was stealing something or antagonizing someone else, and there's about 3 or 4 people kind of in this like kind of like a tavern brawl in the middle of the marketplace.
Yeah, what do they look like?
There is a like a small human, probably a teenager. There's a tiefling woman kind of trying to grab at whatever boy is taking. And then there's a elven man and a dwarven woman also kind of in a scrap. Looks like they kind of got thrown into the mess as this fight was breaking out.
So the teenager and the tiefling are the kind of the main people in this.
Yeah, the main culprits, but it seems like some other people have kind of joined in. And then you can hear like a lot of yelling and screaming from the crowd. And it looks like more people might be enticed to be.
That's not good. No, I'm not going to thunder wave into them. I thought about it though. Can I try to? I know I can't necessarily I can't stealth to remain unseen, but can I try to approach without being noticed? If that makes sense, like trying to blend into the crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say that within the nonsense, it's
As I get closer, am I able to see what they're fighting over?
yeah, it looks like a bag of jewels.
Oh shit. Okay.
Like it's not we're not talking like a giant like adventurer's pack full, but like a small.
No, but
it is still like a small pack of like jewels and that it seems that this teen boy has grabbed or something.
Okay. I am going to. I want to shoot the bag.
Okay.
With my lightning launchers.
Okay, go for it.
Which that uses my intelligence. Ooh, that's going to be a 13.
Okay, I will say easy enough to do. As you ready your launcher and you and as it goes, it splits the bag wide open as all these gems and rings, necklaces, and stuff kind of scatter across the ground. And in that, for a split second, the fighting stopped. Then all hell breaks loose.
I'm gonna grab
the whole crowd now is trying to swarm in to these items.
I'm gonna grab the kid and run.
Okay. Make me an athletics.
Oh god. Oh no. Yeah, that's a 5.
Okay.
Okay, let me specify. I'm not carrying him.
No, I know.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, the athletics is to work because now there's a full-on brawl happening. Like at first it was like a scrap, now it's a brawl.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I am not a strong boy.
No, this is to maneuver through the crowd.
Okay.
And it's not very comfortable. You you piss off a lot of people as you're kind of shoving your way through.
That's fine.
And everyone's kind of too busy to notice that you've kind of grabbed the kid and ran off. But yeah, there's a full-on brawl happening in the center of town. There's a swarm of guards now rushing towards the marketplace.
So add that to my timeline. Fight. You said that was at noon, correct?
Correct.
And Tiefling.
And just so you guys know, the timeline we've had so far is dawn, morning. That's how I've labeled.
Okay.
But I want you guys to be at least on a pretty close timeline to what I have written as you're kind of putting the pieces. This is such a fucking shit show of like way to do this, but I love it. But just that's why I'm telling you guys straight up, kind of this is how I'm categorizing. And I'm doing my best to doing my best to make sure I place things in the right spot. So it's just much for you as it is.
As we make it out, I'm gonna be like, kid, if you're gonna steal, there's easier ways to do it.
I didn't even steal it.
Oh, then how'd you get it?
I
Why'd you have it?
she thought I stole something of hers this morning because I was in the marketplace this morning, but I didn't take anything. She just ran up to me with the bag and started yelling about how I took from her.
And then you grabbed the bag.
I tried to push her away, and then the crowd started forming, and it got all so confusing.
Don't lie to me, because I'm here to help. Like, if you want to steal, I'll teach you how to steal.
Yeah, he kind of like perks up at this, and he goes, "Wait, are you good at stealing?"
Well, stealing, conning, it's all the same thing. Is it really stealing if they give it to you?
No. But hey, that's not the point. No, I didn't take anything. I mean, not from her.
Okay, who did you take from?
You know the elven man that was in the fight? He had some bread. And man, I love fresh bread.
I mean, who doesn't? I've stolen for way less before.
But
Okay.
I didn't steal from...
Her.
I know.
What does she think you stole?
She said I stole some priceless sapphire or something, or some weird blue gem. But I don't even... Because I can't resell it in this town. Everybody knows who I am. So, I don't steal stuff I'm gonna sell.
You just gotta find the right buyer, but we can get to that later. I am Callum. What's your name?
My name's Kel.
Okay. Well, Kel, why don't we try to track down this blue gem? And then if you want to keep it just out of spite, I mean, more power to you.
I don't really want gem at all, but I mean, if you're willing to teach me the ropes.
And do you have any description of this gem?
It's some six-sided, kind of like crystal looking thing.
Six-sided crystal that's blue. Okay. Well, let's go find my friends, and we'll go steal this from someone else. We'll steal it from the thief. It's not really stealing if it was stolen, if you're stealing it from the thief.
All right, Callum, I'm gonna pause you here.
Yeah.
The rest of you in the library now. So, Althor, you have met up with your party in the library. As you walk in, I want you to roll a perception check, and Anya to roll it.
Yeah, I can do that. Damn.
Oh, dang.
Damn.
You guys have the same wisdom?
Maybe. Yep.
What does this mean, Billy?
Typically, when you roll the same number, you just go on who has the better wisdom.
That's the same looking at it though.
Then we go alphabetically. Oh shit, they
No.
both start with A's.
I will say, here's how this will go. So, Althor, you walked in and you're kind of looking around. I would imagine the other two have gone back to do more reading or just kind of wait or whatever, or kind of look out. And Althor, as you're peering through the aisles, you catch a glimpse of Anya doing something. But Anya, I will give you the opportunity to stop what you're doing if you want.
I'm gonna finish my spin rotation and then look at Althor and then close my book and smile.
Great.
So wait, you were stancing while reading a book?
Dancing?
Wait, you were spinning?
Well,
Like, I
look
wanna
at these
make
pictures. Yeah.
Okay. I'm
I
making
just
sure
wanna-
I knew what was going on because I was a
Yeah.
little confused.
Oh yeah, Anya was practicing dance steps
Okay.
in the hall
Um,
like aisle of the library while hoping no one was watching.
Did I
From
catch
your-
it?
Yes, you
From
caught
your-
the back end of it.
From your perspective, it could look like I just like twirled around and looked at you. Like,
I'm gonna deadpan look at Anya and then turn back to the front and keep walking around the bookstore.
I'm not gonna follow him.
That's fine.
I wanna try to find Lucico and Edwin.
Okay, you do easy enough. They're kind of pondering over these tomes, and I would imagine Lucico, you're kind of explaining the little bits of knowledge that you have gleaned with your partial ability.
Does it look like he has been crying ink?
I don't know, Lucico.
I would say I wiped it away, but there might be like faint smudges near the edge that you might notice.
Your mascara.
I was gonna say if it's like mascara, it's gonna stick. So I just was curious.
Yeah, I'd say there's definitely like remnants of it still left.
Does Althor notice it?
Yeah, easy enough.
Is everything okay, Lucico?
What do you mean? Oh, that. The price of learning is what it is.
What can you explain to me what the price of learning is so I make sure I don't pay that same price?
Well, specifically more of learning things that are meant to be hidden or arcane.
Do you mean that you can read the books now?
More so than I could before, but some still evade me. But it is progress.
Did anyone ask the guy who owns this store to like read to us at all?
I asked him some questions regarding Valencinia, though he doesn't seem to know much. He said Ranvid was the expert here in town, so... But we already
Well-
have talked a bit with him, so...
I mean, like literally, like if we handed him a book and asked him to read a passage verbatim, is that something that they are capable of?
Would that not
Story
make
time.
us look a little suspicious?
It would probably look strange, but we haven't done that yet. I did ask if there was a specific language, though, in this book, and he said it was just in common.
Well, Lucico, I'm not going to pay the price for knowledge like you have, so I'm trying to work my way around it here a little bit.
Okay, then by all means, you can ask to see if he'll read some things out loud for you, because I think at this point it might be strange if Edwin and I do that.
That's okay. Do you guys have a book I can borrow?
I can just hand him my tome of the gods of the world.
I'll just flip to a random page. Althor can't read it, right?
Absolutely not.
He's gonna look around, find ZL, and approach him and go, just for my own sanity, can you read this passage for me? And he'll just point to a random spot on the page.
Yeah, it just says he reads you a passage from about like the Raven Queen in like this excruciating detail of like her many potential origins.
But I can understand him?
Yeah.
Great. Thanks,
you do
ZL.
recognize that the dialect itself is a little bit strange, but generally there's no like communication error when it's spoken word.
And I'm going to go back and at least share this with Lucico and Edwin as a potential workaround. Because I don't want to have black smudges around my eyes.
Do you think it would be advantageous of us to explain our situation to him? Or do you think that would just raise more suspicion?
Edwin, as you can tell with me being here currently, things didn't go well at the town hall. They don't seem like a very understanding group of people.
So maybe not then.
Anya.
Yes, I was about to say I want to be wandering around and just jump in the conversation and say, what happened at City Hall?
Well, I was gonna say, as you're walking around, make me a perception. Yeah, as you are walking around to head back to your party members, out of the front door, you see a woman with long blonde hair and leather armor step into the store. And she's holding a couple different books. And you overhear her say, "Ah, ZL, hey, I'm here to return a bunch of these books that I borrowed." He goes, "Ah, excellent, excellent. You know where they go. Thank you for being a regular customer here." And she starts to go around the library, putting the books back.
Am I close enough to the party to motion to them that the person we've been looking for is here?
Yeah, you also have your coins of
Oh, yes.
mind speak. that you
Yeah,
can just tell
so
them.
I'll mind speak. I'm gonna watch where she's putting books away so I can go look at those titles.
I'm just checking my notes real fast.
And my alarm never went off, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So you would know that she has not returned to her room, or that she was never in her room when you. Sorry. Ask me one more time what you were doing, Nicole.
I was just trying to keep note of where she was putting books so I could check what their titles were. Just curious.
Yes. Okay. So as you are kind of roll me a stealth with advantage. Because you blocked her from far enough away that you would be able to kind of make like a routing plan.
How am I rolling the same stuff?
Hey, at least it's a 19 and not shit like I roll. So yeah, because you clocked her from so far away, you're able to kind of like make a plan to kind of like weave yourself around and watch where she's putting the books. And they seem to be going exactly where they should. But you've noticed that she's pulled books from each corner of the library, as well as one kind of, or a couple towards the.
Knowing what I know about magic, maybe ritual casting, and the fact that I know fire does happen here after she visits, can I infer like what that could mean?
Would have to. I will let you make an Arcana. Okay.
And it comes back to bite you.
Why'd I have to roll a 25 on the Dancy?
That's how it be. Yeah, so nothing comes to mind necessarily on what to expect from these. Now, you do know exactly where she put them if you wanted to interact with them in some way, but otherwise, just from a glance, there's no way to tell.
Is there anything important about the titles of all the books?
You can't read
Can
the
you read them?
titles.
Oh yes, sorry, I forgot.
No, it's okay. It's a weird thing that I am forcing upon you. Oh, that's fine.
Hmm. I guess I would just like looking around as I'm trying to do this stealth, like walking. But I guess I'll just have noted that, but I don't think I'm gonna reach out to the group because I don't know enough information.
So you just still just kind of tailing her.
Yeah.
So you didn't tell us that she walked in, or you did?
I told you that she walked in, but I didn't pass along the information of she put books in every corner of the store.
Okay.
Yeah. So like
Ah.
while she's doing this, like you guys still have stuff you can do at the same time.
Yeah, I'd
Um,
like to skulk around and find her and just tail her.
Okay.
Like just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to. So she's like just walking around the bookstore, still putting the books up.
Mhm.
Lucico is going to try and cast Detect Thoughts to see if I can read her mind.
Okay. And then Edwin, what would you like to do?
I'm just gonna kind of like unsuspiciously meander over near the entrance of the building and just kind of stand around there.
Yeah, so
Um,
I'm gonna be having like my own like the DD tome book that I'm gonna be flipping through, but during that I want to see what her surface level thoughts are as I'm just like walking around, not looking at her.
Okay. So, Althor, we'll start with you. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check, and see if you can tailor without being noticed. That will affect her detect thoughts. Okay. Yeah, you tailor kind of opposite of the way Anya is.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, you tailor in like an opposite fashion, so it's not like you guys are together, searching around. And yeah, you kind of get the same information that Anya does about the book placement. Lucico.
Mhm.
Just kind of in the forefront of her mind, all you really gather is that she needs to get these books back. And she wants to make sure they're put back where they're supposed to go. That it's important they get put back. But
Nice.
aside from that, you don't really gather much else.
I would like to pry further.
Now, I will tell you that even if you fail, or even if you succeed, she knows that her mind is being prepped.
Okay,
But
I'll
and
still
if you
pry
stay,
further.
she makes an intelligence saving throw against you, just determine if it's you. I'm just letting you know what the repercussions are.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so you still want to pry deeper?
Yes.
Okay, so she has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Hmm.
Was there anything interesting on the surface level?
No, just trying to get the books back to where they need to go.
Okay.
Okay, so she
Oh.
fails. Its reasoning doesn't lose large in its mind. Okay. You now get that there is a job she has to do, and that these books have something in them to execute that plan. Now, unless you shift your attention to another creature, starts the creature action on. Okay. You also can ask them questions. Questions verbally directed at the target creature naturally shape the course of its thoughts. However, that will proc the intelligence. Go any farther.
Gotcha. So I can ask a question basically to see like if she knows specifically about one thing.
Good. So it says
Okay.
questions verbally directed at the target creature naturally shape the course of its thoughts, and this spell is particularly effective as part of an
So I would have to actually physically talk to her to get those thoughts elsewhere.
I guess so, but Yeah, if you're willing to make yourself known.
I think it's just kind of like if you could literally read someone's mind, you're talking to them. Obviously, they're gonna think about whatever you ask them. That's what it's getting at.
Okay. I'm gonna. I guess for Lusco, I want to stay discreet for this time around. I'm gonna stay discreet, and I'm not gonna pry any further. However, I do know the book's locations.
Mhm.
I would like to go and find one of the books and see and touch it to see if it's all right to open up and find out what's in them that's so special.
Okay. How are you getting this book? Like, what physically are you doing?
So they're just on the shelf between all the other books.
Mhm.
I guess first I'll just pull it straight off the shelf.
Okay.
And then from there, I'm just going to inspect the outside to see if there's anything obvious with it.
No, currently there is nothing obvious on the outside of the book.
I would like to open up the book and see if there's any runes or anything like that inside.
Yeah. As you do. As you're flipping through the pages to look, you come across a glyph that starts to glow. I need you to make a dexterity saving.
Okay. That would be a 12.
Okay. As you search through this book, just gotta find. As you flip through this book, the glyph starts to glow. See this spark starts to hit over the top. As you take
Oh no.
8d6 fire damage.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
dear.
Oh no. That's not good.
You might be dead.
As a fireball blasts from the book, engulfing you in flame. Everyone else in the library also needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Shit.
Can I do spell create or destroy water?
It is not enough to put out this flame. It's 10 gallons of water.
Okay.
And what you notice is every book in the library is now setting a book. Or the ones that the woman has put down.
It says alternatively, the water falls as rain in a 30-foot cube within range, extinguishing exposed flames in the area.
It's not a reaction spell, though. I think
Okay.
that's the
Right.
problem.
It would also, this is happening like that. So it might be
Would,
able to put it out after, but the spell is still going to take.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I was just asking if I could do it.
Would I be able to try to counterspell?
That I don't know.
Well, it's like a scroll, right? Can you counterspell scrolls essentially?
You have to have a caster because it specifies you have to. I believe.
Yeah, counterspell specifies interrupting a
So this would be more like a dispel magic kind of situation.
correct, which is not a reaction.
Gotcha. All right, dexterity.
Yeah, so everybody needs to make, well, from where you guys are at, everybody needs to make 2.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
2 dexterity save.
Alan just shows up.
Do
and
I
his
need to
whole
make
party is
another dexterity, or
barbecue.
do I need to make 2 more?
Lucico, you are fine because you are directly in the blast zone.
Okay.
Well, that's
Somehow,
another
some
part.
way, Edwin rolled an 18 and a 17.
Okay.
Rolled a 14 and a 13.
Okay.
I rolled an 8 and 11.
Okay, so anyone less than a 15 is going to take the full brunt of damage. If you rolled higher, then you take half.
Oh,
my God.
gosh.
So, if you rolled less than 15, you are taking 68 fire damage.
Dead, y'all.
And if you rolled higher than that, you take half with 34 for 2 of them.
What's
It
the
is
insta kill
down.
rule?
You have to take your after you go past 0, you have to take your full health again.
Okay, so Althor almost insta died. He was
So
Wait,
would
so-
that be? So is all that damage also for Lucico, or is his only a singular piece?
You already took
Um,
your blast. You took your blast.
What was the
Yeah.
damage on that?
You can't
Uh,
roll it.
28.
20. Oh, damn! Right on. That's exactly my hit points.
Yeah, I rolled
Hit.
that. It says Althor. I don't know why. I think it's because I had that character selected.
Oh.
Jaden,
alright.
could you explain that again?
So okay, so how many hit points did you have before?
36.
Okay, so take 36 out of 68.
Yeah.
And how much damage do you still take?
32?
What is your total hit points? that you-
36.
Okay, so you are by 4 points. You did not insta die.
Okay,
So
okay,
what-
so
so
if it's... Yeah, if it's double your hit points, then you insta-die with the damage. Okay.
Whatever goes past 0, if it equals your total, then you insta die.
So if you hit negative of your total,
Yes.
Cool,
you
okay,
instantly die.
okay.
That's an easier way to say it. I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't think of how to word that right.
This is a new thing for me, so
Yeah,
I'm
I
4
don't-
points
I don't
away
ever
from
do this
that.
shit, but I get to now.
But we
so
get
yeah,
to reset.
so every book that she placed down has been set off.
Is everyone down?
Is she still in the bookstore?
Oh yeah,
at this
she's
point?
down now too.
Is
Actually-
everyone here down? Like our entire party down except for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Edwin is unconscious.
Okay.
You gotta kill yourself now.
Wonderful.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, I'll die.
I'm watching a lot of ReZero, if you can't tell.
Yeah.
Callum just puts up both of the suicide rates. Not really. But...
Yeah. And as the first one goes off, before you all slip into unconsciousness, you hear a "what the fuck?" and as she, like, to cinders.
Oh shit!
She's fucking
Incinerate?
gone.
Well, now we know why she never
was
came
in,
back.
She was in the center when this went off, so she got hit by every single one of them.
Oh, but where's okay?
So everyone
I'm
else has
assuming
kind
I
of
walk
been
in.
in like the corners ish, so they've only gotten hit by like 2 of them, as opposed to her who got hit with like 6 of them.
And because I was the one that started off, I was farthest away from all of them except for ground
one.
zero with my book, so
Yeah.
I only got hit by 1.
But you're unconscious still, right?
Right? Yeah.
Yep,
everyone's
it
still
literally got
unconscious.
me. Yep. Had I
So-
not
And
cried
yeah,
deeper with
Callum.
that knowledge.
You're in the marketplace, chatting away with Kel,
Shh. Okay.
and you look across the way, and out of nowhere there's a humongous, like, pyre of ashes.
Okay, so this is different than day 1.
This is the same as day 1, but you are now witness to it.
Okay. I'm going to call over the coins. Y'all good in there?
A response.
Silence.
Nothing.
Well, shit.
When do
Okay.
you want us to start rolling death saves?
Yeah, we'll
Okay,
we'll
kid.
get there.
Okay, kid. Come with me. Do not go near the fire, though. And we'll start booking it towards the the bookshop. I get there. Is it? Can I approach? Like, how on fire are we currently?
Incredibly. So everyone except for Callum, go ahead and roll me a death saving throw.
How does that work? Is that just a specific,
So,
just singular
ignore-
D20?
D10
It,
or
or
D20. Sorry.
D20. You can also, in your attributes tab, right under resources, you can click death saves.
That is a 2, so that's a fail.
That's a fail. A fail for Althor. That is a success for Anya. That is a fail for Lucico.
When do we roll again? Do we just keep rolling?
Hold
I'll
on.
tell
Hold
ya.
on. God damn.
I am gonna go ahead and have you
Edwin's.
roll. Edwin's rolling. And he
What
fails.
is this? This
Yeah,
is a
it's-
Is it-
success or fail?
Yeah, it's a fail.
Okay.
Everyone go ahead and roll me one more, and then Callum, you'll get your move.
Why?
Because you're running across town.
Oh my god, I hate this so much.
Billy, 10 is a
Save.
sweet.
Okay.
16.
All right. So Anya gets a death. Has a negative. I think everybody's at 1.
Everyone's at one fail.
Yeah.
Okay.
and one
Mhm.
success.
Could I see their bodies when they approach?
Barely through the smoke. I mean, it's like inferno in here.
Okay. Who's closest to me?
That would be.
I went over and walked right next to the entrance before everything
Oh yeah.
happened.
So it would be Edwin, and then Anya, then Althor, and then Lucica.
Then
back.
Lucica.
So we are getting. This is in pseudo initiative, correct? So I get like an action.
Yeah.
Before another death save.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will give you 2 actions per their death.
Okay. I am going to. I'm going to just go. If this doesn't work, I'm going to lose my ever-loving shit. Run in. I'm going to spare the dying on Edwin. It's conditional. Does it work on him?
It does.
Okay. So I will reach down and do that, and immediately book past him and go to Anya.
Okay.
And I'm casting Cure Wounds.
Okay.
So
I don't know if you can cure
am I
these wounds.
conscious again, or
You're not.
No, you are simply stable.
okay?
So you
But
don't
you were
have-
closest to the door. That's why I'm like, yeah,
I think that means that you
don't have to make death saving. Now, here there is a stipulation to that. So it means you don't have to roll them. However, taking damage still knocks them off. So if you take damage, you will lose another one.
Okay.
But you don't have to roll, so you can only lose them by taking damage at this point.
So only me and Lucas have to roll right now.
currently, but
Correct.
we're gonna finish this cure wounds thing.
So Anya takes. Oh, I didn't do my healing. 7 points of healing.
Okay. So, Anya, you are back up. I need Lucico and Althor to make death saving throws.
Yeah, we got this. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Oh.
Please don't be a natural one.
Hey!
Natural 20!
You're alive!
Yeah, you're up.
You're alive.
Althor,
Do I have 1
are
health?
Yeah.
Are you at?
Yeah.
Are you down?
Me?
No.
He's at
No.
2.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one left. I got one left. It's all right.
Yeah,
We're still in the game.
yeah. So
I run to Althor.
yeah, at this point, yeah, go ahead.
I used my lightning launcher on it. No joking.
Stay down.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah, great. Great.
Fuck
10
yeah.
hit points. And at this, I will say the rest of you could. Well, you got to get Edwin up.
Where's
But-
ZL?
ZL is he insta dead. He is a commoner.
Oh, poor
Question,
guy.
though. But is he? Did he not? Was he not out of it for some reason? Because he was alive yesterday.
We probably set it off early.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Because the
are-
lady was
as-
not
as-
in there the last
Yeah,
time.
as you guys change, I have like the default.
Yeah.
If you don't fuck with shit, if
That's
you
right.
mess with it, there is a difference. So because he was in the store with customers,
Gotcha.
he is
Okay, that's my
Um,
bad. Because I interpreted that she just disappeared yesterday as that was her disintegrating.
You'll get more information.
Yeah, that's right.
But yes,
May I cast the Creator Destroy Water?
you could. Yeah.
We
Just
got
'cause I know-
Edwin up yet.
No.
I assume at this point I am going to Edwin to pull him out.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
I'm casting because there's fire. He's gonna take damage with the fire that's still burning in the building, and all of us would.
Lucico just goes instantly back down.
His one
Um,
hit point goes back. To
I'm alive.
zero.
I'm dead. I'm alive. I'm looking at you.
Yeah. So as you do this, Yeah, I would say that that's. Yeah, I'm sure that's enough. I can't picture 10 gallons right now, so we'll just say it's enough. And yeah, as it comes down as rain, it does start to put out the fire. However, now the smoke is incredibly bad.
Oh, is
so-
it? I doubt it, actually. Because screw you, Billy. I'm gonna cast
Shit.
Warding Wind again.
Okay, that's fine.
So I'm counting this as vapor, gas, or fog that can be
Yeah.
dispersed by strong wind.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, you do that. So there's this raging inferno as Anya's crafting this magical rain at the top of this bookstore / library. Callum is pulling Edwin out of the building. Lucico is probably running for his life out of the building. And as this smoke starts to billow up, and as it's starting to approach your lungs, you see Althor with this wind dispersing all of the smoke out of, a lot of the burned down pieces of the walls as it disperses out.
Just imagine I'm trying to pull Edwin, and it's like if you stood in the fans at the end of a car wash, just like lips flapping in it.
Mhm.
The wind.
I'm gonna say while we're gathering ourselves, the bookstore's a lost cause.
Oh yeah, it's fucked.
The mayor. This could be a distraction for the mayor.
We need to get Edwin up. I could do it, but I also have a single spell slot left for today.
It's
I can do
okay.
it.
I
Or-
used all mine already.
Yeah, I used mine, so you could use yours.
I can do it.
Oh, actually, hold on. Before we do that, I'm going to pour a potion of healing in his mouth.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot I had those, and fuck it. Don't waste your spell slot. It's not always a spell slot. We love Edwin, but
Yeah, as you force the contents of the potion into Edwin's mouth, he is back up with 10 HP. Because when you.
Yay!
So Edwin, as you wake up and you kind of regaining your senses, you see your party kind of looking at you, and you look behind you, and the library is charred. Is an understatement. But
What?
I will say the building is. I can't really say it's in better shape than the last time you saw it. But it's still standing, which is an improvement off of the last time.
What did I miss?
I
Lucico
wish
calls,
I wish I
the
could tell
price
you.
of flirting.
well, I think that you guys pissed off a bookstore. I want to look around. Is my kid still there?
Yeah, he's staring at horror.
Okay.
Right,
I
Bernie?
promise. I promise this is not the price of learning. I promise this is not part of your lesson, kid.
Are you
Look.
sure? I'll go clean right now.
No. I wouldn't do that to you.
Lucico's gonna kind of weakly try to just dust himself off and communicate to the rest of the group. Well, inside those books that she was putting around were glyphs. Can I would I have recognized what that glyph was specifically?
You would not, but someone else might.
Alright. Well, I encountered these strange glyphs that started to glow red, and I think you all might be able to understand what happened next.
Edwin, roll me an Arcana
Yes.
with advantage.
Yeah, something I'm good at.
Fireball.
That would be a 23.
Yeah. So because of your studies, you would recognize what happened to be the evocation spell Glyph of Warding,
Ooh.
of which was stored charges of fireball. So you would be able to glean that these spells have some sort of trigger that causes them to set off. It could be a keyword, it could be tampering, it could be timing. There's a whole lot of things that could effectively set off a glyph of warning.
I'll go ahead and relay that information to the party.
Well, is that something that you guys could do?
Unfortunately, I don't know that spell myself.
No, that's not in my repertoire.
Anya?
I don't quite know what glyphs are, so I'm gonna say no.
It is in your spellbook.
Wait, it is? Oh shit.
Yeah.
I thought it was a later thing.
It's a 3rd level spell.
Oh fuck. Sorry, I'm still learning all my 3rd level
That's okay.
spells.
You also haven't played this character in months.
Yeah. I do know what glyphs are. Like, I see it now. Hmm.
Yeah, so
it's-
that's the spell. It's what I used was the spell glyph. So you can
Okay.
store a prepared spell of 3rd level or lower.
Cool. I thought
been-
this was a sorcerer spell for some reason, because I have played 2 sorcerers now.
No, that's fair. I'm assuming Anya explained how Anya and Edwin explain how the spell
Yeah.
works.
Between the two of them, and I'll actually go ahead and link the spell. At this point, you would be able to gather the full extent of the spell.
That's
Can we reverse engineer, like, what caused the spell to go off, or is that not possible if we don't have the book?
Without the, well, you can.
I think there's some common sense there, and like if we know it's something sets it off, and it went off when he opened it.
Yeah, I mean, I was there when I opened it and I saw, once I opened to that page and that glyph was there. And everyone knows that because I relayed that information.
I was thinking, like, if picking it up or something also could have been the cause, but
No, because I picked it up beforehand and it was fine. It only went off once I opened it up to that glyph on the page.
That's a lot of magic, though, right? Fireball's a pretty decent level spell, is it not? As well as this glyph of warding, it would take. And there was how many of those in there possibly?
Ugh, I don't know. I was right at the very center of it.
Did you say that it was in every book in the
No.
bookstore?
The
No,
whole
no,
book
no.
went up in every book went up in flames, but there were 6
Presumably-
distinct explosions.
Okay.
I mean, six castings of the glyph, and then 6 castings of fireball. That's a lot of magic.
Is anyone what's the situation like with people taking interest in this
Yeah.
explosion?
Just about to get there. Yeah, as you start to look around, there are tons of people that are staring your direction.
Is the mayor there?
There are
All right,
some guards
outdoors-
approaching you, though.
Me specifically?
No, the party.
Oh, okay. I'm leaving. I gotta go back to town hall. We gotta go. This smells like a diversion to me.
what does that smell like?
Sulfur.
But
Burning books.
I'm gonna
flesh.
follow Althor's lead, just limping along.
I'm sure that they've got that. Do you want me to stay and deal with the guards?
They're worthless.
Okay. Come on then, young. I forgot your name
Kel.
already. Kel. I think it's time for us to make our exit.
They couldn't stop me earlier when I was by myself. They won't do anything with the 5 of us.
So you're all
I-
just gonna barrel past them?
Althor is.
No,
Yeah,
I
Lusco's just gonna try to limp along unless they stop him.
want to make my way back to the bar.
Okay.
Edwin's gonna follow the peer pressure and follow Althor, but on the way out, can he like glimpse at the crowd and see if Ranvid's in the crowd?
Sure. Roll me a perception. Callum, roll me a.
And I don't have to make it at disadvantage because of my armor.
Nice.
19 perception.
It's all this.
That is a. What's my modifier? Sorry. 15 stealth.
Cal, you get away with Cal. Edwin, you do see Ranvid kind of way off in the crowd, but like way in the back. Not really showing much emotion at all at this.
Was going to look for Ranvid, so I would actually like to circle back around.
And the rest of you, though, the guards look at you and say, "Halt! What is the meaning of this?" Wait a minute. I know you. And he points at Althor.
Yeah, and I know you. What's it to you?
No, you were the one messing with the mayor this morning, and now you're here where the whole store's caught on fire?
It
Yeah,
wasn't.
and where are you right now? Where's the mayor?
The mayor's in his office working on paperwork. Why are you deflecting? Why are you here where the store burnt down? You've got to be the ones that caused this. Where's ZL?
He's
Dead.
in there, and he points to the ashes.
Alive?
How
This
about you
guy's
go
just gonna
find
shake
out?
his head.
If you would look at us, you could see that we were in the fire. Now, if we started the fire on purpose, why would we be covered in soot, limping, and half dead?
You're the criminal masterminds, not me.
This is not a criminal mastermind, sir. This makes absolutely no sense.
You
The
all
bookstore
gotta be...
blew up.
Roll me a persuasion normal. Anya.
How engrossed are they in Anya talking right now?
They're keeping a... They're listening, but they're really looking at you.
Ah, damn.
I'm gonna be kind of a Karen in this moment
That's
because
fine.
I'm really pissed off.
That spell that the cantrip we got, was it fire and is it a natural 20?
No, not one.
No.
Worse. The cantrip
Oh.
you got was a shadow. It's a firebolt, but it's a shadowy.
For the opposite side, because I circled around.
Uh-huh.
From the opposite side, where I'm hidden behind the fire, I want to start firing them off towards the crowd, not hitting anyone, and start yelling, "The fire's shooting at us!"
Fire shooting at us.
It's an Office reference.
Oh, right. Alright, yeah, go ahead. Roll me your choice of performance or deception.
Thank God.
Hey, Billy, how far are we away from the crowd?
Oh, a ways. The crowd's not trying to get close to this burnt down bookstore.
In case
God
of
damn
violent
it.
action by the guards, Edwin is gonna ready Thunderclap.
I rolled a natural 1
Um,
for a total of 6.
Okay. So, they look across the way. They say, "Wasn't he just with you?" And he's
No.
and they are not taking Anya. They are not taking your story at all. In fact, they are now more convinced that you were a part of this.
Fucking
And
stupid man.
they say, "Look, you can talk to our interrogators, and they are going to arrest you."
They're going to attempt to arrest me.
Okay.
They're not going to arrest me.
Are
are
you
they still in
resisting
front of
arrest?
us and like all of us are like kind of like side by side?
They
Althor
are
was going to summon his sword as an intimidation tactic.
okay.
I use command.
Question: Are they?
Oh.
Well, here's my question: Are they right in front of us and they're not, and no one's like right by them?
There are 4 guards that have walked up to you guys in like a group towards you to interrogate you and bring you back.
And there's
Okay.
nobody
I
else
cast-
around.
no,
I
there's a
cast
whole
hypnotic
group of
pattern.
townspeople that are watching this go down.
I don't care if the townspeople see this. I'm just gonna cast hypnotic pattern on the guards.
How many people does that affect? Because
Anyone within a.
Because Nicole, for you, command is one person, I think, which you
Yes.
can cast, but
Unless you upcast it, where it's an extra person
I
for every
saw.
upcast.
After I said that.
A 30-foot cube is mine, and if they fail, they're incapacitated.
But also affects your allies.
Well, they're still in front of us, right? Is there a way I can angle the cube where I wouldn't get anyone else other than just the 4 guards?
sure.
All right.
Billy's like, this has gone to shit.
I'll
This
just
is how
say-
I expect this shit to go. Okay, so I'm. Ignore the number that comes up. I'm just gonna use a mass roll.
Take 136 points of damage. I see it now.
So- 3 of them pass. 1 fails. So you see one of them. What does this spell look like for you? Because
For
it is
me?
because it's a somatic component.
For my I'll have my tome open and I'll be just kind of like doing some sort of like hand motion over and doing some sort of is there any verbal component at all?
No verbal. Hilariously enough.
Then I'll just be focused on reading through the words on the tome without actually saying anything aloud.
Yeah, and the one of the guards in front, you kind of all start to see all of their eyes start to kind of go white, and then 3 of them are shaking their head and they take it off, and then one of them immediately walks up to you. It's going to be a contested grapple.
Okay.
Is this considered hostile?
Yes, technically,
That would
Do
probably.
you
But, like-
consider it hostile?
but like,
Edwin,
you are, for full disclosure, you are resisting the law. So it's
Edwin-
hostile in the terms of they are now forcing you under arrest.
Edwin in telepathically is going to tell everybody, be ready to run. And Edwin will cast Thunderclap.
Okay. This is gonna happen first, though, with Lucico in this.
Okay.
You need to beat a 13.
Oh
Okay.
no.
A 4. Lol.
Okay, so he.
Well, technically a 3 with my strength modifier.
Yeah, so he grapples you. You are now grappled. So I need the spell for Thunderclap. Oh, I guess. Oh, thank you. There's thunder, a sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away. Each creature range at the Constitution. It's a 15-foot. So if you're standing next to your allies, they have to make you do.
That's okay. I'll do it for you, Edwin.
So if you're casting
Okay.
this, the one who is incapacitated takes it. He has to. There are the multiple numbers, so
The DC 14.
none of them pass. So they all will take. You casting this at level 1? I take it.
Yeah, this is a cantrip.
Oh, right. So it's 2d6.
Yes,
You were fifth
because
level?
I'm 5th level.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and roll your damage. Okay, 9 points of damage, and then your allies, so Anya, Lucico, and Althor need to make a Constitution.
Oh,
Rolled
shit.
an 8. I rolled an 18.
Okay, so
So he passes.
Althor passes.
So that means he takes nothing, right?
Correct.
A
Yeah.
6.
Okay. Okay.
Lucico is
Anya?
unconscious.
So Anya and
Oh, cool.
Lucico are also going to take 9 points of thunder damage.
Yeah, Lucico's unconscious.
I'm down.
So is Anya. So
Didn't
then,
work.
as one of the, as Lucico goes limp, that guard is now going to arrest you, Edwin. So I need you to make a contested grapple.
When can I start?
Oh yeah,
Going
I guess
crazy.
I guess you're next up for an action.
Sorry, guys.
This is a shit show.
Okay. I'm going to cast Arcing Weapon and just attack the guy in front of me, the closest one.
Okay.
And I'm trying to seem like a threat. I want all attention on Althor.
So, are you inflicting mortal harm?
So much for acting like we won't get a reset.
I would say he's not thinking about that, but his natural instincts would say probably it takes over his mortal harm. And he's hoping that the reset happens and this isn't going to fucking ruin his life. So
he's going for mortal harm?
He's going for whatever makes him seem the most like a threat. So yeah, I guess that'd be mortal harm.
All right, roll your attack then.
All right.
Yeah, 17 hits. Roll damage.
Okay. So here's its normal damage. And so the attack deals the first target takes 15 damage, and then it arcs to another guard within 15 feet for 2 damage.
Okay. 2 damage?
To the second guard, yeah.
Okay. So the guard that you hit, after being weakened down, he just immediately goes limp after your blade cuts through him. And this lightning arcs to another one, who was in the attempt to grapple Edwin, but he stands tall.
Okay. There's 3 left.
Yeah, one is currently incapacitated.
Okay.
Okay, so wait, you killed one, and then...
One's incapacitated. The one is trying to grapple you, and then there's another one.
Okay.
Wait, the one incapacitated, that can't be for my spell because I'm unconscious. I can't concentrate on hypnotic pattern
Oh,
anymore.
sure enough. Thank you. Yes, so he is no longer...
But didn't I get him with the thunderclap?
Yes, but that only does damage. It doesn't kill.
Oh, okay.
And Lucico's spell didn't do any damage. So the only one that's taken any significant damage outside of Thunderclap is the one Althor slashed. But Edwin, you get a chance to do something real quick.
Okay. I guess I'll look down and see that I kind of messed up here, and I will cast Magic Missile.
Okay.
Magic missile.
On which one?
Well, fuck.
Magic missile.
Yeah.
I will,
Fucking noon, y'all.
Through the town's guard. Magic.
On our
One-
first reset.
Yeah.
one
You're really
one
testing
missile.
the waters.
Yeah, I'm kind of, yeah. One missile for each guard, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
And that'll be 2 damage each.
Okay. Yeah. So these bolts of magic pierce through. The guard on you is not looking great. The other two are kind of starting to feel the effects, but they are still up. I need Althor and Edwin to make wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. 15.
Okay. Oh, you had a 15, and then Althor had a 24.
Yes.
Edwin, you hear a voice that you recognize, and it's telling you, stand down. And you feel your body make you stand down. As Ranvid appears from the crowd. Althor, you shake it off. You hear the voice, but you shake it off. And Callum, you would have seen him start to kind of walk forward. I guess I
I'm
should have
keeping my
been...
distance.
What?
I'm keeping my distance.
Yeah.
I don't know these people.
Fair enough. And just for full
Yeah.
disclosure, he cast Mass Suggestion.
Okay. I would like to do. Is there a gap for Althor to run to the town hall?
I mean, there's still a guard in front of you. I would say the crowd is kind of off up here, where there's kind of this open space. The guards are like blocking you here. Crowd here. So, and the town hall's over here. So you would still have to push past the guards to get there.
Callum will say in everyone's minds, I will go look, and he's going to take Kel and start making his way around to the town hall, taking the very long way around, like going all the way down here.
I'll keep things under control here, Callum. Don't you worry.
Yeah, control. That's the word we're using.
Yeah. We'll get to hear you here very shortly.
Okay.
I know you've been waiting a while. And so
I'm
the
fine.
people that are
I'm
down.
just watching the chaos.
All right. Althor. So Edwin, you feel extremely compelled to stand down and stop fighting. At the very least by magical effects, but it is coming from your old master. Althor.
Yeah. He's essentially just trying to buy time at this point. So he's going to cast Zephyr Strike. So for 1 minute, my movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks.
Mhm.
And I'm going to go in to the closest guard and use the advantage.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I'm going to go... Yeah, I'll just do it. Why not?
Billy, did Ranvid cast the spell on the guards too?
Nope. Only on YouTube. Yeah, 27 absolutely hits. Okay. Yeah, and you cut this guard down as well.
Okay. He's going to kind of like slowly back away from like this whole thing, like hoping to like pull the guards with him. But that's all Althor's going to do.
Okay.
He-
Callum, what's
The
the
goal,
deal?
the goal for me right now, so you know where I'm like talking about, like for Callum to have time to do whatever's going on there, plus for Anya and Lucico to kind of have a clearer space to hopefully, if they can get up from their being knocked down, they're not like surrounded by this sort of like the guards and everything. They're kind of free from that.
Yeah. Also, I need Anya and Lucico to make a death saving throw. Callum, I promise your name.
Perfect.
I know you're patient.
Oh
no.
Oh no!
So Lucico, that is 2 fails. And Anya, that is a single fail.
I'm about to feel real bad.
Although I can like I have a cantrip to like stabilize people, but I'm also out.
Yeah, you're the one that's down. It doesn't help you. Alright. So Callum, as you are rushing with Kel over to the town hall, you see that the chaos over at the bookstore has kind of bought you some time to pretty cleanly get away. And when you go to the back Actually, are you going in through the back, or are you just going to barge through the front door and go?
So before we come out of the alleyway, I want to turn to Kel. I was like, don't tell anyone about this. And I'm going to mask a many faces into Ramvid.
Uh-huh.
But something goes wrong, and I actually turn into the tiefling woman from the market instead.
Okay.
And I would go,
Yeah.
what the... Not what I planned. But we're gonna make it work. Okay, and I'm gonna go in through the front doors.
Okay. Yeah, you barge right in through the front door. People are... Well, actually, there's nobody in here.
Even the secretary's gone?
Correct.
Okay, I'm going straight back to the office.
Yeah. As you...
Mhm.
You barge in, and the mayor is completely different.
This is noon, correct?
This is a little bit past noon. After
So like early afternoon?
yes, early afternoon at this point. Bookstore fire happened like right before, then you guys getting out of it and this sort of brawl occurring. This would be late noon, early afternoon.
And Althor left during the early morning, correct?
Correct.
Sorry, I'm just getting my timelines correct.
Per the way I've laid things out, so we've gone through dawn, morning, noon, and have started afternoon. At this point.
I want to look at Kel and see how he's taking this.
Kel is mortified. He does not know what he's gotten himself into. He almost wished you can't read his thoughts, but you can pretty well imagine he wished he'd have just gotten caught at the marketplace.
If you would like to leave, I will not make you stay and keep going through all of this.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go home. And
Okay,
he leaves, and you hear him throw up out in the distance.
just remember, a good thief always makes sure they don't get caught. Okay.
Callum, roll me
Yeah.
a perception check.
God, no. That is a 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
as you glance around the room, you notice that so the mayor is kind of hunched over his desk as there are multiple stab wounds in his back. And the drawer to his desk on the bottom shelf is slightly ajar.
I'm going to open it. Do I see anything? Is there blood? Like, if did he try to open this?
So there's this, as you kind of open it up, there's like this box inside of the desk, and it's open, and you see like this padded box and an empty slot of a 6-sided object.
There's multiple. Okay.
Yeah, and you can see that this, you can kind of get the feeling that there was some sort of, it was locked.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like it was forced open. It's like it was opened regularly, and whatever was in it was taken.
Okay. And I'll go ahead and relay this back to the remaining members of the group.
The ones that can hear you.
Yeah. And I am going to go out the window.
Okay.
Still as the merchant woman.
Yeah, that's fine.
How are we doing? Do you want to surrender so that hopefully they'll, save our friends, or what? What are we thinking?
All you hear is kind of like an all points bulletin sort of thing towards Edwin. He's just like, Edwin, get him up and get him gone. Get him up and get him gone.
Wizards can't heal.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Only divine casters and artificers can heal.
Can he stabilize? Can he attempt a medicine check?
Can I like search Lucico and see if he has a healing potion on him? And then the same thing for Anya.
Um,
I have
no.
one.
Well, not without resisting the grapple check that's coming for you. Because the
I'm
guards are
going-
still arresting you.
Okay, so if I pass that,
And I would let you search.
okay.
So let's contest athletics checks.
I'm also going to give my 2 remaining healing potions to my homunculus, and from a distance send it to Ranvid.
Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't beat a 22.
Okay. Yeah, so he's got you grappled. But out of the corner of your eye, you do see this, recognize it as Callum's homunculus, is flittering in as it drops 2 healing potions to Ranvid. Now,
I'm just hoping it's going to do what I think it will do.
I do need Anya and Lucico to make a death saving throw.
Oh, poop.
Oh no!
Okay.
I am dead.
Lucico,
Just failed my second.
as you go down, what goes through your head?
Oh, poop.
Nothing. Just embracing the black void.
Okay. And as you do, your black vision starts to fill up with eyes that surround you and swarm you, and they say, well, this is probably the shortest bargain I've ever had. And you are swarmed up, and you don't feel anything. All right, everyone else. Ranvid takes the potions as well. I suppose we can try to get these criminals back up, and we'll take them back to town hall for interrogation. And they go over to Lucico and say, sir, this one's died. Oh, well, he's a criminal, but we can still offer him a burial. Bring him with us. Edwin, what do you do at this point?
Can I get a potion? Sorry.
Yeah, you will get potioned up. But you're going to be kept at 1 HP.
I have Revivify. Am I coherent enough to look over and try to use it?
They have you grappled. They are not going to let you
Okay.
spell. By the time they get you up, it's only a minute, right? From death?
Yeah.
Yeah, by the time they get you up, arrested, everything else, it will pass time. Yeah. And so they carry Lucico's limp body with you to town hall. Now, there are still some guards chasing after Althor at this point. But Ranvid and a couple other people have grabbed the other criminals.
By this point, am I still in line of sight to see what's happened over there?
Yeah.
He's gonna, in a moment of frustration, of uncertainty, he's gonna throw his sword away and just take what comes at him. Just stand there and take whatever it is, because he knows he's crossed, at least with this set of times. He's hoping the reset is true. He doesn't believe it, but he doesn't see another way right now.
Yeah. So
And he's just gonna take whatever they throw at him.
Yeah.
Just
they're
with
just
no
gonna
resistance.
walk up to you and arrest you the same as the others, and drag you to town hall.
He honestly thought he was gonna get revenge killed. So, yeah.
So, Callum,
Yes.
you're what's left of the non-arrested folks. Eric, I promise I'm not going to keep you there for long. I promise.
Mhm.
But the rest are being taken to town hall, and the place is a hot mess. Any guard, they have them guards placed strategically around the city now. I would say we are definitely into afternoon by the time you can kind of regain your. But they have positioned guards everywhere across the city.
Callum is barely holding it together. He is extremely upset, but he is going to just put his faith that the reset will happen again for now. And he is going to go to Tyrion the Healer.
Okay.
And he's going to go back to. He's not going to go back to his normal form. He's actually going to choose a form from his Mask of Many Faces, of a Elvish man.
Okay. Yeah, as you walk in, it's kind of like a pretty much a kind of a subpar like medical lodging. It's not of highest stature, but it see a couple people propped up on beds, getting taken care of. And say, "Oh, yes, come on in, come on in. Can I do anything to help?"
My friend, we were traveling and he was hurt. He didn't make it. I've heard of people that are able to do great things with magic. Are you one of them?
Fortunately not. All of the medicine I have is, well, physical medicines. They call me the healer, but it's mostly practical medicine. I don't know of many people in this area that, if any, that would have that kind of capacity.
I had heard about some kind of great. I've been told there's some crazy things that could be done to this town. Something about these magical crystals or something. Do you know anything about that?
Crystals. Oh, there's an old legend in town, but not much I'm too familiar with. Are you not familiar with the legend of Grimdall?
Callum is just going to stop trying to hold it together, and he's going to let his grief about Lucico dying just come through. And he's like, no, but if there's really nothing can be done, would you mind telling me just something to get my mind, just to distract me for at least a moment?
Yeah. So Grimdall was a hero in this town, one who led. There used to be a large infestation of monsters, and Grimdall, along with three other heroes, were responsible for driving the monsters away and bringing about peace. And there's a gem for each one of them encased in his shield.
Is his shield, is it still on display somewhere?
Yeah, in the center of town. And you would recognize it as the statue.
Yeah.
Start your...
If they were so great to this town, did they stick around? Any descendants that still live here?
Sometimes one's one's actually in town right now. His name's Ranvid.
Do you think, if they are so powerful, is Ranvid powerful? Could he help my friend? If there's any hope, I'm willing to take it.
I honestly don't know. Best you could do is ask him.
Okay. Can I just do a general insight check to see, like, if he seems to be on the up and up?
The healer?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean up?
Or, like, do I feel like he's been honest about not knowing anything about the crystals? Like, did I notice any reaction when I asked about it?
I can just tell you that he seems pretty genuine in this.
Okay.
What he's told you is information that is true. But he doesn't know more than the kind of legends that have been spread.
Well, and I might hand him 5 gold.
Okay.
And be like, thank you for being kind during this. Thank you for being kind. I'm gonna walk out. Do I see any kind of bells when I leave? Like, is there like, it's like a, does the church have like a bell tower on top, or the town hall or
I'd say
anything?
so. Yeah, I'd say at both the town hall and the church are bells.
And when we heard the bell last night, do we remember where it came from? Was it the church?
You. I'd say you would remember it was the
Okay, that's not gonna help me today.
I am in a quick pan.
Yeah.
Rest of you. Including Mexico. As you guys have been kind of thrown into a prison cell in the town hall, with Lucico's body, you see Ranvid casting some sort of spell over Lucico. Recognize that he is casting Speak with Death. So, him and the captain of the guard, and you would assume the mayor would be there, but he's not. And Ranvid turns to you. Well, you're locked up in jail now. Would you like to tell us what's going on? Because really, I'm quite all ears after everything that's happened today. The mayor's been murdered. The bookstore's been set on fire. We saw you breaking in here earlier. Points to Althor. Unfortunately, you put yourself and your party in a precarious situation, including the death of your friend over here.
Do you remember why I broke in here earlier? Were you able to discern that information since you just know what I was doing?
No, but I was told that you made your entry forced after you were turned away.
Well, I guess the only person I told of my visit was the mayor, and he's dead, so it doesn't matter what I say at this point. And Althor goes and sits down in a corner.
And of you two, I'll get with the dead one here in a second.
Edwin can't talk. He's just silent and staring at Lucico.
I'm imagining Anya is still covered in soot and fire damage, and I have 1 HP, so I'm just gonna be like barely awake.
Yeah. Well, no answers from you. I'll try to get what I can from the dead one. And Lucico, you see just like this above you as the void starts to dissipate. And you hear the voice of Ranvid speaking to you. He goes, well, would you like to tell me what has occurred here? You're dead. There's no point in lying at this point.
What occurred was us trying to stop someone blowing up the library and then getting accosted by the guards.
Trying to stop the burning that you involved with?
Not necessarily. On accident is what happened. Some woman placed glyphs all across books as she returned in the library. I accidentally opened one off, starting the event early. It's happened before yesterday. We're caught in some sort of weird loop.
At this, he lets out a big old laugh, which, Edwin, this takes you by surprise to hear it again. Certainly is his laugh. He goes, well, find that. What's the reasoning for your friend here? Why did he break into the mayor's office, then be caught in the same accident in the entire store?
He was attempting to save the mayor's life. Yesterday, the mayor was murdered, killed. I found this out by reading a guard's mind.
Yesterday, when the mayor was alive and well this morning. You are quite
Apparently,
a mischievous dead person.
Well, is that my 3 questions then?
5.
5?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, you were not listening. It is a loop. We've been caught and we've been repeating the same day. This is only our second time round.
Well, I hope for you that this is a loop. That you find a better way to go. Now, friends are getting. That's community. Is there anything that you three would like?
Althor's just gonna wait for the disaster to happen.
Same for Edwin. Just doesn't stop staring at Lucico.
Anya?
Nothing.
Callum, I will say that we have transitioned now. Pull up my timeline. So we had dawn, morning, noon, afternoon. I would say I would give you the actions of evening and night if there is something. We can jump ahead. What happens at
The first time we came, the first day, the church is completely. Is it completely nondescript in that it has nothing specific to any one god, or it is equally is an equal god one where it has a little bit something for all the gods?
It is a nondescript. They allow all practice.
Right, but like, there's no. Are there any symbols of the gods? Anything like that? It's completely okay. I'm still going to go.
Okay.
I'm assuming I see the same two clergy as last time.
Yeah, you would
Okay.
recognize.
I am ignoring them.
Yeah, fine.
And I am going to pull out my own holy symbol and start praying to Kalimvor and try to reach out and connect with him.
And you get a. Kalimvor picks up. Your voice, Spec. Seem experienced. Who might
Look
you-
into my heart, and you know that I am not new, and that that not everything is as it should be. And I'm letting him do whatever he wants. Complete, like, no resistance to anything he might do.
So he. Don't hear anything, feel anything, thing like that. But after a few seconds goes by, you see that your heart is heavy and full of ending grief. What
We've
is it
left
you
a.
ask of me?
I really just need to know that you were there. We've left a trail of bodies, and as your loyal servant, I've made it my duty that no one should die before it's their time. And today I failed. I needed something that's familiar, something to ground me and figure out what I'm going to do next.
Kalimvor pauses for a moment. What is your name? Forgive me for not knowing you. I think we are meeting in some strenuous circumstances.
We're meeting in the wrong order. My name is Callum Hollywood.
Where are you at this time?
After a calamity, but I don't think it's a calamity that I know. I think I'm further back than I intended, than I thought.
But where are you?
I don't know. They say it's called Hammerfell. Can you not see me?
I don't. I see you, your presence. We've made a direct contact. However, that place is not within my dominion. Must be some sort of gap allowing us to communicate at all.
This is the second time I have seen something that's outside of your ability to see. I just wanted to make sure that you were there. Did my friend, is he there?
Who?
Lucico. Is he in your domain? Did he pass through your gates?
No. All who perish do, but in fact, you're talking about a trail of bodies, yet I see nothing.
I will go ahead and just finish doing my normal prayers and thank him.
Yeah.
And fast forward to what happens.
Yeah, he says, before you guys finish your connection, he goes, Callum, I'm not sure what's going on, but I can tell in your heart that your friends mean a lot to you. And that we do have a history despite it being in the wrong order. I know you'll find a way out of this. What's going on, if they can't pass through my gates, then they are not yet dead. Remember this.
I will.
And yeah, as you wait, you hear the bell start to chime from the town hall, and
Yes.
the tendrils rip through as they did before, and swipe across the town, wreaking havoc, and killing the rest of you, as they did before.
I gotta make a phone call, but I'm still listening.
Lucico, I need you to make me an intelligence saving throw.
A 19?
Okay. The rest of you, I need you to make a wisdom saving. That's some bad luck today, Nicole.
Natural 20.
Oh
What'd you
my
say, Brayden?
god.
Natural 20
Okay.
on my.
Awesome. Yeah, as you guys, you're going through the same flash of white, and then it closes in, and you're back at the beginning, facing down two NCG members, one not looking very well, and the other on death's door. And you turn and you see Lucico. Now, Althor, Lucico, Edwin. As you start to look around, Lucico and Edwin, only certain things start to jump at you. Some of the signage that you couldn't read before, you are now making out some of the words. Lucico, something has clicked with you. You have the ability to read all of the words that you see in front of you. And you hear a voice creep in the back of your head, and it goes, huh. Guess hiding out in your head wasn't such a bad idea after all.
Are you my patron?
Well, yes and no. I am your patron, but I am not your patron.
So you're of this place.
Yes, and the one you've made your pact with is not me. Which is probably the case of what caused your headache in the previous cycle.
So you're aware of this loop as well.
I am after hiding out in your head. You and your compatriots have some sort of pass in this place, allowing you to recall what happens with the cycle. So, by hanging out in your head, it appears I get to share that as well.
Then I may call upon your aid with solving the mystery of this place.
Well, if you've interacted with any version of me, you know my intense hunger for knowledge. I think this is a temporary agreement we can make work.
Understood.
Yeah? You guys... Oh, go ahead.
Just to clarify, because I was trying to listen to two things at once. So, Lucico, his patrons in his head,
Uh-huh.
and what happened to Anya?
She is unable to read any of the text. Also, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Gotcha. I'm coming. Sorry.
No, you're good. Just whenever you get to it.
I've been playing phone tag with my grandpa all day for his birthday.
Aw.
So,
No, you're fine. And go ahead and roll it to me with advantage, Jaden.
Hi, my name is Jared. I'm 19 and I can't fucking read.
Here's the thing, it's pretty on brand for Anya.
14 plus... Nothing. 14.
Okay. So, yeah, you kind of have the same experience as Althor and Edwin of not all of the text is coming through, but a good chunk of it is. And before you woke up, Alum, you had a vision of a slightly different looking Kellamvor.
Okay.
You can't quite pin your finger on what it is that's different, but there's something different about the Kellamvor you spoke with and the one you had a vision of.
Okay.
But yeah, most of you now, the exception of Anya, have some sort of reading ability with this different form of common. And Lucico, you now can read all of it.
I'm gonna go and take the suicide rings right off the bat.
Yeah, go ahead. So anything. So okay. So now that we've looped again, you have a little bit more concrete grounding in what happens.
Mhm.
If you repeat any action as it was, we are not going to go through that again. I'm not going to make you roleplay that again. If you specifically want to try for a better roll, I will tell you whether or not it changes the outcome, and we play that out as is. If you want to try and accomplish something faster, so there's some of this conversation and stuff you guys have had, I will let you roll the same skill check to try to do it faster. So you can never get worse than you were unless you're trying.
Gotcha.
And again, in my document, I have everything in a default state, and it only changes based on what you. The last thing I'll say is if you have two loops, right, and in one of them you did one thing in like the morning, and there's another one that you do a thing in like the evening, and they don't conflict with each other, that's something you guys can just maintain your rolls for. Think of it like any card game where you get to hold cards, so long as they don't directly impact each other, which there's not a lot of those, but I wanted to let you guys know that it's something possible on certain situations. So the loops will honestly get faster the more we do, depending on how many we go through. I don't actually know.
As we come to, and I get the rings.
Yeah. So
I want to round on the others and just say, how dare you? What was this about acting like we weren't going to get another chance? Is that how you wanted to leave Lucico?
Callum, things escalated quickly. That's the nature of battle. That's the nature of anything. It got out of hand. And trust me, I know I personally don't feel great about it.
we've left enough bodies behind us already. Just be glad that the gates of death are closed to us here so far. But do not take that for granted again. Everybody,
I will, Edwin will kind of speak up a little bit and say, I'll take most of the blame for what just happened. I got reckless. It's not like me to do that, but I felt like I could help us out in that situation. And then he's gonna turn and look at Lucico, and he's gonna say, I apologize wholeheartedly, and I will make sure that never happens again.
Lucico, during this, his eyes will be in his more sinister state, so it's going to be all black with just the green glow of the outer iris, and just be furiously looking over Edwin. Best make sure your recklessness does not kill me again. And he's going to just storm off back towards the library.
All right.
All right.
the books were a distraction. The mayor dies at some point between when you left and when the fireballs went off. And I'm going to turn on Anya. I need your help, and start walking towards the marketplace.
You're muted, Nicole.
Still can't hear you.
Okay, I don't know if it just wasn't going through or what. Still gone.
Maybe the headset's dead.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah!
I
Who
hit
cast
a
silence
button-
on Anya?
I hit a button like 15 minutes ago, and I never knew if I accidentally muted myself or not. So now we've learned.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yes, I'll follow. I didn't say anything in the last grouping because I was one of the members that was hit and
Yeah.
had 1 HP, so I'm just gonna kind of be like, I'm just gonna sit this
Yeah.
conversation out.
So another thing real quick. Everybody take a long rest, get all your hit points back. Those of you
Yep.
that have access to changing your spells, you are now have an opportunity to do through each reset. Those of you that have like the per day abilities, or like proficiency modifier per day sort of stuff, those have all completely charged.
I'm also staying in my infiltrator armor mode.
Okay. I do want to ask real quick. It is 9:30. I know that's only that's 3 hours. Do we want to stop here and pick it up another time, or how are we feeling? Some of you have real jobs.
I'll say I need to get up really early tomorrow because I am driving to Wichita to sign my lease in the morning.
Okay.
Would we like to at least come up with what our first motion will be the next time? And then we can just go straight from there.
Whatever you guys want to do is fine.
Essentially say what we're all gonna. I mean, I know
Yeah.
what like Althor wants to do essentially next time. That way,
Yeah.
we don't have to worry about
I
it.
will
real
say,
quick.
no, that's fine. Yeah, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. You guys want?
Is that cool with everybody, real quick, just to figure that out for next time?
Mhm.
Works for me.
I can stay on longer if needed. I just thought I would let you guys know that.
No, you're good.
It's
I
okay.
mean, we could go
Okay.
another like 30 minutes or so, but I just wanted to put that feeler out because the way the loop system's gonna go,
I think it's okay to just kind of figure out where we're going to go next, and then just start there from next time. At least I'm cool with that.
Yep.
That
So,
works for me.
that works for me. Okay, so we already know that Lucico is gonna trudge off the library right away. Okay.
Edwin, would you like to join me for some peaceful quiet in front of the mayor's office until our time comes?
I suppose that would be a better place for me this time.
I think we can at least try to discern some new knowledge there.
Now that I have a description of the jewels, I was going to employ Anya's help in using locate object to confirm if it's still there, and if not, track down and see who's been taking these items.
Great. So we have a 1-2-2 situation. Oh, sorry.
Question on that. Do I have to have seen the object myself? Or can Callum send me a picture of the object, like through his mind message?
I've never seen it. So
Okay.
what I was specifically trying to do is, because if you're not specifically familiar with it, you can designate something and you will find the closest one of that kind. And so it may not give us that one, but
Yeah.
I'm just looking for a jewel. I'm not specifically, it doesn't have to be that one in particular.
Is there a jewelry shop in this town?
Not a
The cheap
jewelry
thing.
shop, but we do know where a jeweler is.
Which
Okay.
is which is where I'm taking you.
Okay.
Actually, I'm also going to keep my defender armor, not my infiltrator armor. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. So just for my own sanity and planning, Lucico is headed to the library to do something.
Mhm.
Edwin and Althor are going to be on guard duty for the mayor. Make sure he doesn't get blasted again. And then Anya and Callum are going to be doing some investigation work. Marketplace.
Yep.
Alright. Good to me. Go ahead and stop the recording here.